Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joanne Dingase, but you can call me the Highest Priestess. So today we'll be talking about spirituality. What is spirituality and how can you start your spiritual journey? So I wrote down every point I need in my journal right over here because bird brain. So let's get right into the video. First things first, what is spirituality? For that, I can say spirituality is different from person to person because it's really a very sensitive and personal thing to, I guess, everybody who practices it. So the definition may vary from who you're asking. But I tried to come up with a definition that will just give people an idea of what it is. And also I did my research, tried to encompass other people's meanings of spirituality to put them into one. So for the meaning of spirituality, I'm going to read from my journal because I do not want to forget anything I wrote down. I wrote, spirituality is the knowledge or seeking of knowledge about the meaning of life, the recognition of a sense or belief that there's something greater which we are part of and is divine in nature. So basically, spirituality is just the sense that us as human beings have, that there's something out there that's greater, and when we go about trying to seek and know and learn what is that thing, that's spirituality. Okay, so what does spirituality involve? There's a lot of things that spirituality involves, but they can be broken down into small things. So spirituality basically involves self-awareness, connection to the divine, balance, and knowing that all things are connected and nurturing those connections. So as I've said, you have to know yourself, because for you to seek for a being or something that's greater than you, you have to know yourself first. And then second of all, you have to know other people. Not know other people, but just know that everyone is the same as you are, and everything and everyone is connected, and we have to nurture all those connections. And also we have to connect with the divine, because if you're going to be spiritual, what is the point if you're not going to be connected to the divine? And balance, you have to learn how to balance yourself, other people, and your spiritual lifestyle, because at the end of the day they're all intertwined and they need the same amount of attention. Shit. Okay. The next
I've done a mistake.
This is really embarrassing.
Okay, so now we're gonna start talking about tools that we use in spirituality. So tools are basically things or practices that we do and things that we use to connect to the divine and connect with ourselves at a deeper level. But most of the time, people think being spiritual would require you to buy a lot of things, to have a lot of money and everything, which is not the case. The most important tools in spirituality are those that are found within yourself. So on these same tools, I wrote down a couple that I can remember right now, and the ones that I have learned about and I have used myself, which are shadow work, which is self-realization, affirmations, chakras, which is energies that are centered in our bodies, mindfulness, and putting all these practices into work, and also trusting our intuition and our spiritual abilities. And besides these particular tools that we can use, there are also external tools that most people who dive into spirituality use. And for all these other ones, I would say you have to research on them and know which one works for you, which one feels right for you, and then you can use them. And I have a list of those too. which are astrology, crystals, symbols, tarot cards, plants, herbs, the sun and the moon energy, numerology, meditation, essential oils, water, binaural beats, and palm reading. There are many more other tools that people use, but these are some of them that I could think of right now, and the ones that I have learned about, and I use some of these. And finally, we're going to talk about how to start your spiritual journey. So for this, I would say your spiritual journey basically started from the day you were born, all the while building up to now, until whenever you are going to be on your spiritual journey. Okay, so for this part of your spiritual journey, I would say there's no right or wrong way to do it, because it's a journey that is so personal, so it's very different from person to person. But there are some certain things that I will just give tips and advice to you guys, and from there you can learn, you can do your research, and you know what feels right to you, and you can take up those. On my list, number 1, I have always do what feels right with your soul, which basically just goes back to what I'm saying. It's a personal thing, so what may feel right to me may not feel right to you, so that's why it is important to always listen to your soul. Second, we have research and find out about the things before indulging. So other people may get into the spirituality and hear about so many things and want to dive into all of them, and then have very bad experiences. So I would say before you indulge in anything, research, and you will know what feels right to you, and you can try different things until you find something that actually works for you, that makes you feel connected. Third, we have take care of yourself holistically and have balance. So basically what I mean by that is that take care of your mind, your body, and your soul. Spirituality goes beyond your soul. It also has to do with your physical body. It also has to do with your mental state and everything. So as you're going about your spiritual journey, it's so easy to get overwhelmed by things. So you always have to remember to take care of yourself and always have balance in all connections that you have. Fourth on my list, I have do not feel intimidated or scared to ask questions. So when you get into spirituality, you may find people who have been in this journey for a really long time, know about so many things, and then you might feel like, oh, since I don't know something, let me not ask about it, which really won't help you. If you want to learn so many things, you have to ask questions. You have to learn all you can, and don't feel intimidated by anybody else who is in the spiritual community. Fifth on my list, we have do not be fearmongered by spiritual gatekeepers. So in each and every community you will find anywhere that there are those people who want to seem like they know it all. They make the rules. You can't do this, you can't do that. And I'm here to tell you, do not be fearmonger. They'll try to tell you all these things. No, if you do this, that and that's going to happen to you. If you do this, that and that's going to happen to you. But for you, it's your spiritual journey. You do your research, and if something feels right to you, you should do it. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody or yourself, you should do it if it feels right with your soul. And don't be fearmongered by the gatekeepers. They're always going to talk. And the other thing on my list is take it slow. You have your whole life to learn about spirituality. Don't rush into knowing like, oh, since other people know this and that, let me also know this and that. Take it slow, and things will just naturally come to you at the right time. Divine timing, they say. And lastly on my list is enjoy. Spiritual journey may not always be love and light, but don't put yourself in that box for I always have to do this, I always have to do that, and make it seem like it's a chore. Enjoy it. It's beautiful out here. Connecting with the divine is such a beautiful experience, so don't be scared to do that. Thank you for watching my video. If you like it, you can comment, you can share, and see you guys next time.